Welcome back. So yeah, I have to do a review. It's not going to be the in-depth review. I don't need timestamps. There's only two games, and this is not going to be a long review either. But it does kind of need to happen. It feels like the evening's incomplete if I don't at least review what happened tonight. So we start off looking at Vegas in against St. Louis. St. Louis, of course, fighting for their playoff lives. For Vegas, they just need to hold serve. Basically, their fate's in their own hands. So in the first period, the only goal scored at 5:59 is Dorofeyev from Mantha and White Cloud. So Mantha with a helper there. I think that's his first assist with the Vegas Golden Knights. Makes it 1-0 Vegas after one. We had no scoring in the second period, not for a lack of trying by Vegas. They did have 12 shots in that period. Binnington stands firm. In the third period, St. Louis does tie it at 14:53. So it took a while, but they do get on the board. It's Brandon Saad with his 21st of the season. I believe it's his 21st anyways. Shannon Skanes with the assists. So that ties it up. It forces overtime, and it's overtime, so Vegas wins it. It just feels like for Vegas, they're inevitable. They're going to be in the playoffs. Marchessault versus Carlson and Theodore at 49 seconds. It is a 2-1 win for the Vegas Golden Knights over St. Louis in the overtime. So St. Louis gets a point, but they fall 5 points back of a playoff spot. Minnesota's now 8 points back. That's 3 wins in a row for Vegas, who seem to be getting hot at the right time. Shots on net, 13-10 Vegas in the first, 12-6 Vegas in the second, 14-8 St. Louis in the third, 2-1 St. Louis in the overtime, although Vegas' shot's the one that's most important. That's the winner. Final shots, 34-32 for Vegas. Both teams go 0 for 2 on the power play. Hits 26-23 for St. Louis. Logan Thompson, good night for him. 31 saves on 32 shots. Binnington, 32 saves on 34 shots. He's trying to keep them in it. 3 stars in this one were Marchessault, Thompson, and Binnington. So the overtime winner and the 2 goalies. Makes total sense. Again, that's 3 wins in a row, and it pulls Vegas 5 points ahead of St. Louis. If St. Louis could have won in regulation, they would have been within 2. Then we get to the LA Kings and the Vancouver Canucks, the game that I was at tonight. In the first period, and this is before I got there, because between traffic and finding parking, it's so much harder to find parking in Vancouver now that they're a good team. So 7:01 in, Fiala scores from Dubois and Arvidsson. So I think Dubois' assist streak's at 5 games. At any rate, a nice goal by Lafferty answers that from Cole at 12:50, and I said out loud, well, they must know I'm here. They scored. So it's 1-1 after one. And Vancouver's record when I've been there in person, I think this is, as my wife and I agreed in the van, I think this is the first time in like 3 years we've seen them lose. And in the second period, it became pretty obvious this was an LA game. This was an LA game. Lizotte scores at 16:29 from Spence and Kopitar, and then at 18:20, Kopitar gets a goal from Kempe and Byfield. Not the prettiest hockey, nope. But did it win? Yes. The Canucks did pull the goalie early at 17:07 during the 6-on-5. Brock Besser scores from Hughes and Miller. That's as close as the Canucks get. So for the LA Kings, that's 4 wins in a row. It pulls them within 1 point of Edmonton. Edmonton does have 2 games in hand on the LA Kings, but we'll see. Shots on net, 9-6. 9-6 for Vancouver in the first, 9-7 LA in the second, 7-4 Vancouver in the third. They just, again, we were pretty low down in the corner near where Vancouver was, at the end Vancouver was shooting at in the second period, and the end that the LA Kings were shooting at in the first and third. Or no, other way around. Anyways, yeah, you could tell how LA was clogging up the middle of the ice and just playing that trapping style of hockey. It is the new neutral zone trap, just not played in the neutral zone. So the power plays, both teams go 0 for 2 on the power play. The hits, 46-24 for the Canucks. So both teams go 0 for 2 on the power play. The hits, 46-24 for Vancouver. Lots of hitting. So when I talk about heavy hockey, it's not necessarily hitting. It's just that they were clogging up that middle of the ice, and there really weren't many chances out there. I have some concerns. We're seeing more and more teams employing this style. And if it does catch on league-wide, if we see a Stanley Cup champion playing this way, we could see scoring drop dramatically. That's kind of how this works. It's a copycat league, as somebody said to me in the Canucks store, and I agreed with him. And it's a commonly used phrase because it's true. Talbot saved 21 out of 23 for the Kings. DeSmith saved 16 out of 19 for Vancouver. The 3 stars, Kopitar, Talbot, and Hughes. So again, that's 4 wins in a row for the Kings. Gets them within a point of the Edmonton Oilers. And we'll see what the Kings do from here. So the Canucks, their chance to clinch a playoff spot falls short tonight, but there's lots of chances. They're going to be in the playoffs. It's just a matter of who they match up with in the playoffs that's going to tell us how far the Canucks might go. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.